In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, I bear witness there is no God but God, and God is the only one who has the right to be worshipped. I also bear witness that Prophet Moses, Prophet Jesus, and Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon them, are the messengers of God, and I seek refuge in Allah from the rejected Satan. So greetings of peace, and thanks for tuning in. May the peace and blessings of Allah be with you. So in these videos, we prepare for the coming of Imam Mahdi, as well as the second coming of Jesus, peace and blessings be upon them, also known as the Mashiachs. So as we know, the Shaitaan, his lackeys and followers, they are preparing for the Dajjal, the Antichrist, their false Messiah. They're working day and night to prepare for him. And I believe as wise believers, we should also prepare for Imam Mahdi, as well as the second coming of Jesus, peace and blessings be upon them, also known as the Mashiachs. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the Shaitaan and Dajjal and navigating current events. So one of the most important things to understand is the law of protection. Allah is the unique creator of all that exists. He has power over all things. He's our guider, provider, supporter, sustainer. So seeking the protection of Allah is very important. Allah, the Shaitan, as well as the Dajjal, promote fear. They want you to fear the world. They want you to fear whatever it may be. But the Shaitan. His strategy is very weak, as Allah says in the Quran. Allah is the all-powerful one. He's the all-knowing, the all-wise. He's the originator of all laws and commandments. So there's nothing really the Shaitan can do except trick you. And he can do this if you're inclined to evil and things like that. So very important for us to understand the law of protection, to trust in Allah, do not fear the creation, but fear only Allah, the unique creator of all that exists. He's the one who has all the power. He has perfect control of everything. So I'm not going to read the Quran chapter and verse, just so it runs more smooth. I'll put as many Quran verses in the description box below, and if whatever doesn't fit, I'll put it in the comment section. So those teachings of the Quran are means to grant insight to humankind as a source of complete guidance and a mercy for people who have firm faith. And those who obey Allah and His Messenger and hold Allah and take Him as a shield for protection is they who shall be triumphant. But these deniers are not remembered unless Allah so will. He alone is most worthy to be taken as a shield, and He alone is most worthy of granting protection. So Allah is the most worthy of granting protection, the unique creator of all that exists. One other thing that's very important is to do what Allah makes lawful and stay away from the unlawful things that Allah forbids. This way, we'll have greater protection from Allah by giving charity, by believing in the oneness of Allah, doing what Allah makes lawful, staying away from the unlawful things that Allah forbids, doing righteous good deeds to one another, protecting our chastity, fasting, all these commandments of Allah. I can't get into all of them, but we want to do what Allah makes lawful, stay away from the lawful things that Allah forbids. So, O you who have been endowed with excellent capabilities, arise with a divine message and warn. Therefore, keep on reminding the people. Surely reminding does good. Then eat of every kind of fruit and follow the ways and laws of your Lord as have been made easy for you. And you, true believers, should wish no other way except as Allah wishes for you. Verily, Allah is the all-knowing, all-wise. They desire to extinguish the light of Allah with the breath of their mouths, but Allah will perfect His light even though the disbelievers consider it hard. Verily, a person who is unmindful of God and higher values of his life is pursuing a losing bargain. So very important that we pursue higher values of life. We take Allah, the unique creator of all that exists, as our protector and shield. We don't go into fear as Allah and His lackeys and the followers of the Shaitan and the ones that prepare for the Dajjal. They're trying to promote fear through their avenues, but as believers, we only fear in Allah. We don't fear what this and that, what they say. We don't follow the hypocrites. We don't follow the disbelievers. We follow Allah and His Messenger. Peace and blessings be upon Him. So we do what Allah makes lawful. We stay away from the unlawful things that Allah forbids. No harm will come upon the true believer who is rightly guided from the disbelievers, as long as we follow, Allah's laws, and embody them, live them, um, regard against evil. These are the ways that we gain protection from Allah. We pray to Allah. We want His protection. We don't need the protections of the fake protections of the Shaitan, promoting this and that, using fear and whatnot, and trying to force things through unlawful means. So we're also going to look at some of the verses that Allah mentions in the Quran about the Shaitan, as the Shaitan promotes fear. He promotes disunity. He wants to divide the family, divide the marriages, divide the believers from one another, divide humanity as a whole, and divide the believers from Allah, the unique creator of all that exists. So he's trying to use that using fear, using other tactics of promoting indecencies and things like that Allah forbids. So very important that we do what Allah makes lawful, staying away from unlawful things that Allah forbids. Allah says to take the Shaitan as his enemy. He has no authority over the Shaitan has no authority over the believers. The Shaitan promotes fear, promotes disunity and indecencies. So now this is from the Quran. Seek refuge in Allah from the rejected Shaitan. Now you have come to know that it is Shaitan, in fact, who merely threatens through his friends. So do not fear them, rather fear me if you are true believers. So this, what Allah is saying in the Quran here, very clearly, Allah threatens through his friends, through his lackeys. The Shaitan has his grips through a lot of, mainstream media promoting fear, and to take this and that you need to to lawfully trade. Allah's made trade lawful. You don't need to take things to trade or to travel. Allah gave these, so we have the free will to choose, and not to fear what the Shaitan promotes through his friends. That we should only fear Allah, the unique creator of all that exists, because truly Allah has the power alone to cause harm or to cause blessings. And Iblis, Satan, found that he judged regarding them correctly, that he would be successful in leading the progeny of Adam astray, accepting only a party of true believers, so all the rest of the people followed him. Though he, Iblis, has no authority over them, for it is by their own wrong beliefs and evil deeds that mankind brings about their spiritual ruin. It happens thus so that we might distinguish those who believe in the hereafter from those who were suffering from doubts about it. Indeed, your Lord is watchful over and preserver of everything. The Shaitan threatens you through poverty and incites you through stinginess, but Allah promotes forgiveness and from Himself and affluence, and Allah is bountiful and all-knowing. So Allah uses, the Shaitan uses fear tactics to promote fear, to create stinginess in people, fear of loss, fear of not having enough, fear of poverty. Use all sorts of fear tactics, fear of death, all sorts of things that the Shaitan uses. But we should trust in Allah, only fear Allah, and that Allah will provide and give us what we need. So surely he, Shaitan, has no authority over those who believe, and put your trust in your Lord. His authority is over those only who take him as their friend and who associate partners with Allah under his influence. So as true believers, the Shaitan has no authority over us. Allah, unique creator of all that exists, has authority over us. O you who believe, do not follow the footsteps of the Shaitan. He that follows the footsteps of the Shaitan should remember that he, Shaitan, surely enjoins immorality and indecency. But for the grace of Allah and His mercy that rests upon you, not one of you would ever have been, but Allah purifies him who wishes to be purified. Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. Surely the Shaitan is an enemy to you, so treat him as an enemy. He calls his party only to follow him, with the result that they become the inmates of the blazing fire. The Shaitan has gained mastery over them and has made them give up the remembrance of Allah. They are the gang of Shaitan. No, as a matter of fact, the gangsters of the Shaitan are the losers. Certainly, those who oppose Allah and His Messenger will rank with the lowest of the low. So we want to remember Allah. We want to take Allah as our shield and protector alone. We don't need all these external things to protect us. As long as we're taking care of our bodies, we're eating well, we're resting, we're doing what Allah makes lawful, staying away from the unlawful things that Allah forbids. We don't want to be in the gang of the Shaitan. We don't want the Shaitan to have authority over us. So these are very important steps for us not to fall in the traps of the Shaitan, and as well as the Dajjal, as the Dajjal will be the fake Messiah for the Shaitan. Okay, so free will. So we're going to be looking at free will and cause and effect. Now, we do live in a free will and cause and effect universe, and these two aspects are very important to understand if we were going to defeat the Shaitan. The Shaitan's strategy is very weak once you really understand the law of free will and cause and effect. So it's very important as true believers that we implement free will and cause and effect. So we're going to go over some of these Quran verses. So we're going to look at free will first. Verily, this Quran is a reminder. So let him who wishes take away to his Lord, who when our messages are recited to him, there are mere fables of the ancients. Nay, not at all. The truth is that their evil deeds have rusted their hearts. We are well aware of what they say. You are not one to overawe them, and cannot reform them by means of force. Therefore pay no heed to what they say, rather admonish with the Quran such of them as fear my warning. So we need to have free will. We can't force our ideas or our religion or the truth upon people. We can only warn, we can only remind. We can't do this by force. If people want to take certain things because of the fear that the Shaitan is promoted, they want to consume alcohol, they want to put harmful things into their body, do things going against the laws of Allah. We can't force them otherwise. Allah, the unique creator of all that exists, has power over all things and given us all free will. So it is our free will choice to choose, and we need to allow others for their own spiritual development and growth or devolvement, if they so choose, to make those choices if they so choose. So, should you obey the majority of those on earth, they would lead you astray from Allah's way. They follow nothing but mere surmise and do nothing but make conjectures. So, it's very dangerous for us to follow the herd, to follow what everybody else is doing. That we need to stick to what Allah has revealed to us through laws and commandments, and embody those laws and commandments within our lives, and not follow the majority of those on earth. And leave alone those who take their religion as futile and frivolous thing, causing diversion from Allah. Present life has beguiled them. Therefore go on admonishing such people by means of this Quran, lest the soul should be consigned to perdition because of his misdeeds. If Allah had enforced His will, they would have not associated partners with Him, and we have not made you a guardian over them, nor are you a disposer of their affairs. So we're not a disposer of the affairs of the disbelievers. We can only remind and warn people by means of the Quran, and it is their choice if they want to pay heed to it or embody these divine laws and commandments and improve and uplift the people, if they so choose on taking and paying heed to it. So keep on admonishing them, even if they insist on shutting their eyes. So your duty is one of an admonisher, and you are not appointed a keeper stern and hard to compel them. So we're not here to force anybody or to compel anybody to believe or not to believe. It is their choice. We're just going to present what Allah has revealed in the truth, and if people want to accept, they can accept. And if they want to deny, they can deny. Allah has made clear the right from the wrong, and if you're inclined to evil, then you'll probably disbelieve, but if you're inclined to goodness and righteousness, then you'll be more inclined to truth. So law of cause and effect. So the law of free will and cause and effect are intertwined. We allow people to choose what they want to choose, and is their choice, but there will be consequences for these choices. So it's very important that we understand the law of cause and effect. So do not follow the disbelievers and strive hard against them with the help of this Quran, a mighty striving. Those who disbelieve and bar people from the path of Allah, He renders their works vain. Do the people think that they will be left alone and not tried with hardships for the mere fact that they profess belief, whereas we did already try those who were before them with hardships? Allah will surely bring to light those who are true in their faith, and He will bring to light also the liars by putting them into troubles. Allah has created the heavens and the earth with the eternal purpose to ensure that every soul be recompensed according to his deeds and no one be injustice to. So Allah does no injustice to no one ever, not even so much as an atom's weight, that if any good befalls you is from Allah and any bad that befalls you is from your own hands, from your own actions. Disorder and corruption has prevailed on land and sea owing to the evil deeds which people have wrought. The result will be that He will make them taste in this world the fruits of some of their misdeeds so that they may return to the right path, giving up their evil deeds. So doing evil deeds can rebound to you as evil does return to its authors. Verily, they can be no avail to you against the displeasure of Allah. Surely the wrongdoers are helping friends of one another, but Allah is the helping friend of those who become secure against evil. So very important to be secure against evil. Do those who commit evil deeds think that we will treat them like those who believe and accordingly do deeds of righteousness, so their lives and deaths be alike? How ill they judge. Allah has created the heavens and the earth with the eternal purpose to ensure that every soul be recompensed according to his deeds, and no one will be done injustice to. So Allah will recompense everybody, either if they've done good deeds or evil deeds. Very important that we understand the law of cause and effect, that our good actions will be repaid to us, and our evil actions will also be repaid back to us as a means for us to bring us back to the straight path. So Allah will make us taste some of our evil deeds if we do evil in the world, so that we'll turn back. And the punishment is not just in this world, but also will carry over into the hereafter. So if we do righteous deeds, more deeds of righteousness, we'll be rewarded with paradise. And if we do exceedingly evil in this world, then that can cause us into the hellfire. Obviously, the followers of the Shaitaan is leading those individuals into the hellfire. So very important that we do not follow the Shaitan. We understand the law of free will. We have to respect people's choices. We have to let them learn in their own way. It is only Allah who can guide. We cannot guide. We can only warn and give reminders to those, and it is their choice if they want to accept the truth or deny the truth, if they want to embody divine laws and commandments or not, if they want to follow the Shaitan or not. So me personally, I don't follow the Shaitan. I find it very repulsive. I fear only Allah, unique creator of all that exists. I allow people free will. Allah has ordained them free will, and I don't force my opinions upon anybody. I only remind and warn, and it's their choice if they want to take heed or not. It is for their benefit if they do, and if not, it could be detrimental. But you never know. You could be planting seeds, and down the road, they may repent and turn back to Allah, unique creator of all that exists. So these are very important ideas and concepts that we can overcome the strategies of the Shaitan and the gangsters of Shaitan. He promotes fear. He promotes disunity among the believers. So very important for us to understand that Allah, unique creator of all that exists, is unified. All of creation is unified within Allah, the unique creator of all that exists. Nothing exists outside of Allah. We trust in Allah. We know Allah is all powerful. We take Him as our shield and protector alone. And we don't fear the dunya. We don't fear the worldly things. We only fear Allah, because Allah is everything. Everything comes from Allah. And so we trust in that. We trust in Allah. We follow Allah's laws and commandments of the Most High, and it is your choice if you choose to follow Allah or not. What He has revealed through His messengers throughout time. for the benefit of humanity, for us to grow spiritually, for Allah to perfect our light. And Allah has created laws of eternal purposes for us to be recompensed in the law of cause and effect for our existence. So if we do good deeds, then Allah will repay that. If we do evil deeds, Allah will also repay that with a taste of the evil. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you take Allah as your shield, and I hope you maintain a law of harmony and balance. I see the video is freezing up a little bit, so excuse that. I'm not sure what's going on. But until next time, take care. Peace. Bye.